نور على نور.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Welcome, everybody. We are so pleased to have everyone here. Thank you for joining. Thank you for taking time out of your schedules to join us. And thank you, Sensei Hakim, for taking time out of your schedule to join us, to speak to the community, to inshallah bestow what you've learned, your experiences over the years, and the way that you've incorporated two beautiful themes in your life work. And so we'll introduce the topic of discussion today. So first of all, we want to introduce our speaker. This is Sensei Imanul Hakim. He's an Aikido practitioner of 25 years and the founder of Aikikenkyukai.
Aikikenkyukai.
Thank you.
Aikikenkyukai. A bit not familiar with Japanese, yes.
Aikido, yes, which is a dojo for dedicated towards Aikido in Indonesia. He's had success in using the spiritual dimension of martial arts to rehabilitate youth radicalized by negative forces by appealing to their hearts, mashallah. And the objective of this talk is that Sensei Imanul Hakim will explore the profound connection between Aikido, the Japanese martial art, and the concept of fiṭrah in Islam, which is sometimes translated as the primordial disposition of Bani Adam. And this is known for its emphasis on harmony and balance. Aikido is known for its emphasis on harmony and balance. It embodies spiritual values that resonate deeply with Islamic teachings. Sensei Hakim will guide us through the philosophy and practices of Aikido, shedding light on how its principles and movements integrate the physical, mental, and spiritual dimensions. This session will examine how Aikido's wisdom aligns with the Islamic path of reconnecting to our primordial nature and fostering a deeper connection between body, mind, and heart. This talk falls under our theme. At Shajarat al-Nur, we are hosting these talks under various themes, and the theme that we're exploring today is Ash-Shifa, which is the art of healing. So in an age where the disconnect from our natural state, our fitrah, is prevalent, the art of healing and the awareness of the rights we owe to our body, soul, and heart are more crucial than ever. Understanding adab, or the proper placement of things, and recognizing our role as vicegerents on earth are fundamental steps towards rectifying our internal imbalances. The realignment is the first stride in acknowledging our sacred duty towards the rest of creation. About us, we're Shajarat al-Nur. Shajarat al-Nur is dedicated to reviving traditional cognitive frameworks, embedded and influenced by the science of the heart, also known as Ihsan. We draw inspiration from spiritual cultivation to respond to contemporary challenges while remaining grounded and connected through pursuing excellence and knowledge. Our mission at Shajarat al-Nur is to illuminate the path to the traditional sciences through engaging talks and live events led by renowned scholars, practitioners, and experts. And mashallah, as we mentioned, we're so grateful to have Sensei Hakim with us today. So without any further explanation, we'll hand over to you, Sensei, inshallah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you, Brother Hamza. We start to praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Hamdan yuwafi ni'amahu wa yukafi mazidah. Ya Rabbana lakal hamdu kama yanbaghi li jalali wajhikal karim wa azimi sultanik. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك وكرم على سيدنا محمد البشير المبشر للمؤمنين ورحمة للعالمين وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. So alhamdulillah wa shukrillah. So we can gather here together, inshallah, by blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is my first time to share my experience and knowledge through webinar. Yeah, usually in the on offline class, yeah, because Aikido is about experience. It's not about theoretically you have you learn some philosophy you can apply in daily life, but this is real things that use in your daily life by experiencing through your body. So in Aikido, the body is the vehicle of the spirit. This is also we know it in Islamic tradition. So our body is only the vehicle of our ruh, our spirit. And we connect Aikido with the fiṭrah that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala given to us, and then it's become our primordial state. During our life, then some changes in our fiṭrah. It's because we have many wrong information about life. So we fail to recognize ourselves properly. So then we will start, inshallah, by one ayah in Al-Quran, in Surah Al-Anbiya. This is very, I think you all know this ayah very well. وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. So this ayah is about the first fundamental understanding toward our fitrah. Before we talk about the faculties of fitrah, we need to understand the purpose of all these faculties. So we have Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us ruh and aql. So ruh, spirit, aql, mind, heart, qalb, and nafs. Also, nafs could be fitrah, could be a fitna, because it depends on where the nafs, like what level of the nafs that we talk about. But nafs in fitrah is nafs al-mutma'inna. It's not nafs as lawwama or amaratu bisu. Nafs in fitrah is a nafs that reaches the level of mutma'inna. So, and then the other faculty that we mostly forget is our body, al-jism. So there's ruh, aql, qalb, nafs, and then al-jism and the body. This body is usually, as long as I know, it never like it not emphasized in the classical traditional book of about nafs. Usually they're focusing on the internal faculty. Yeah, internal faculties like heart and qalb and heart and mind and ruh. So this is internal faculty, the batin. But the jism actually is very, very powerful element, the very powerful faculty in our existence. Because we live in this material world, we live in this physical world. So our physical is the vehicle. Is a vehicle can use to move toward the fitrah or to keep the fitrah in ourselves. And return to the ayah, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. In this ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that we have not sent you, O Muhammad, except as a mercy, as a rahmah to the world. So this is our primordial state, our primordial purpose, that Allah sent us to the world to become a waris of this purpose, because we are ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And not only for the Muslim, not only to specific people, but to the world, means to all people, to all creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is the primordial purpose of our being, or our existence. So in that case, the Aikido, as long as I learned throughout the years, that Aikido is the very effective way to implement this understanding through the physical exercise. Most of people say that Aikido is the way that we can harmonize our mind and heart and body. That's true. It's one of the discipline in Aikido. But it's more than that. So the body is actually one of the faculty of fiṭrah. So body can tell you the state of your soul. Even body can tell you your reality, the reality of your heart. Like if you say the truth or you say a lie, the body will tell you. It's very clear. And also the body will tell you if you following the nafs or you're following the fiṭrah, like the following the heart, the pure heart, the qalbun salim, or you're following the desire, the hawa, or the ego. So in Aikido, it will, in our practice, in our dojo, this kind of state can be clearly seen when I put one of the practitioner or anyone into a test. So the test is simple. It's just push the body by 2 fingers and ask him or ask anyone to just like say true or say something untrue. When you say true, the body, when I push, they will steady, they will in balance, they will very balanced. And if you say something untrue, naturally he will off balance. So this is sign that body is actually life. They have a living power, and the body itself can tell you if they disagree with your action, but not by words, of course, by the changing of the balance. So this is one of the methodology in our practice. And of course, difficult unless you have direct experience about this. If I just explaining, it's maybe a bit unclear. And the other character of our martial arts in Aikido is we cannot do, or not we cannot, but we're not doing any techniques, because martial arts is usually focusing on the throwing techniques or locking techniques. Some martial arts focusing on punching and kicking, but Aikido focusing on throwing or locking techniques. But we're not make this all the techniques become our main purpose of our training. It's only a tools of training. It's not the purpose. The purpose of the training is to first is make to make our practice as a purification act. We call it in Japanese misogi. Misogi means purification. So all the techniques that we do, we have to focusing internally, not externally. And most of the martial arts, when they face the opponent, they will focusing on the opponent. They're focusing on the opponent or on the techniques, on their techniques. Is it effective or not? And they just continuously moving from one to another situation, try to find out how to take down the opponents. So this is most of martial arts principles, but not in Aikido. In our practice, we're focusing internally. You make sure that you not make your nafs, your ego, or your hawa, your desire, becoming your source of power or source of your act. If your act based on nafs or desire, and the techniques will fail naturally. You cannot do the techniques until you're free from the ego and desire. And this is our practice. So rather than we focusing to the opponents, we're focusing to our internal state. And also there's another things that we focusing on. Of course, we have also body principles, but these body principles also following the fiṭrah of our body. So we don't have like use some special stance or kind of special movement. Our movement is all natural, and we don't have like lower stand. We have it, but we're not using like most of martial arts use. We use sometimes lowering our stance, sometimes we straight forward, like standing straight. It depends on the situation that we face. It's not depends what we want to do. So the willpower is one of our enemy in Aikido. So we don't want to use once again our will. Okay, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to throw him, I want to lock him, I want to defeat him, I want is the enemy, the most things that we avoid in our practice. Since you have this intention to throw or to do something, your techniques will be ineffective. And it's proven. So it's very unique. So it's not same like other martial arts. I don't have this kind of understanding until I met one teacher long time ago. It's maybe about 20 years ago. So this Japanese teacher, one of my sensei. So one day I practiced with him about 5 years. And one day after finish our practice, then I asked my sensei to ask permission to do my zuhur time, because we practice from morning until the zuhur time. So after zuhur time we finish, and I said, Sensei, can I have a space? Then I can do my pray. Then my sensei said, okay, please take the space and then your time to do your pray. So when I do my pray, so my sensei, he was watching me, and he, like, I don't know what he's in his mind, but he just watched me. He was watching me, and after I finished my prayer, and he called me and said, Hakim-san, can I ask you something? I said, oh yes, Sensei, please. He asked me, are you sure you really pray? And this question really make me confused. He said, are you sure that you really pray? And then I said, Sensei, what do you mean by that? He said, are you sure that you really pray in your prayer? And I still don't get it what he mean by that. So my sensei said, okay, do one movement that you did in your prayer, then I will show you what I mean. So I do my sujud. I do my frustration. And he sat close to me, and he just pushed him from my side by his fingers. 2 fingers on my shoulder and other fingers on my hips. And my body is flipped. It's not push like this, it's just push like this. Not using any power, and my body flipped. And when I flip, and my sensei, he said to me, like, this is what you call pray. You do nothing. So he said to me, like, he's very irritated by the way I pray, because he said, this is not pray. You do nothing. If you pray with your heart. Don't just move your body. You have to be present into your God, or else you do nothing. This is meaningless. So I ask you to repeat your prayer. So, mashallah, he's not Muslim. He's not Muslim. He's Japanese. He's Japanese. He's not a Muslim, but he can sense the state of my heart when I do my prayer. He can sense it. He can connect with my spiritual state, even though he's not Muslim. So this is my first experience. And then I think I try to find out how my sensei can sense me, even though he's not, he don't know, like, he don't know how he can sense my heart. So when he asked me to repeat my prayer, so I follow him, so I do my prayer once again. And that moment when I do the second time I pray, then he came to me with the whole strength and speed, very fast, come to me, and he bumped his body to me. But I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel anything. I keep continuing to do my prayer without being disturbed by his action. And then after I finish my prayer, once again he asks, do you feel that when I push you? No, I push you really hard, and you don't feel anything. No. He said, that means you really pray, and that's the way you should pray, and that is Aikido. So and then he explained to you that's the secret of Aikido. From that moment, my Aikido is changed. It's moved into another dimension. So it's not the technical approach anymore. It's something more than that. It's something deeper. It's connect to our fiṭrah. It's connect to our heart. Then I realized why my sensei can sense my state of my heart when I do my prayer. And now I understand. This is the Japanese characters. I can say that Japanese is the people of the heart. For them, the pure heart, what they call as makoto. Makoto means pure heart, sincerity. It's very important. It's like the base of their life. You cannot do anything without sincerity. If you if you see Japanese people do when they respect other people, they bow. It's not just body. It's not just an action of the body. It's the manifestation of the heart, or the sincerity of the heart. So for them, the sincerity is the core of any action, because they have it in their life, in any activity, any deeds that they do, is based on sincerity. So this is very powerful. And Aikido is the martial art that focusing on that principles. So when also the same sensei said to me, Aikido is the martial art that if you throw, you throw without throw. You lock without lock. What he meant by that is when you apply your techniques, don't put anything in your mind subconsciously or consciously to do something to your opponent. This is no opponents. The real enemy is you. It's your nafs, it's your desire, it's your ego. So do without do. So you don't put your intention to do something, you just do as natural as possible without any ego taking part of it. And this is completely like oppose the martial understanding. How you can throw people when you don't want to throw him? How you can, control people when you just, freeing yourself from your desire to control him? So what is where the source of power? Where is come from? Because we now we live in this world, the material world, based on nafs and ego. This is the world of ego and desire. Everything came. You need to have ambition to achieve something, and that based on desire. But Aikido is the opposite way. So what is the source of power in Aikido? The source of strength. When I have this experience with my sensei, then I realize the source of power is our primordial state, is our fiṭrah. And what is that? It means you always connect, feel presence of Allah in front of you, in your life, in every moment. That's the state of fiṭrah. We never tap on the state of ghaflah. So in that state, your body will be very stable and rooted, even though you not do any special things. When the pressure come to you, when the opponents come to you, your heart keep in fiṭrah. You're not facing him like you want to fight him. That's you going into another direction, because when you fight, the desire will take over. With take over yourself, then you control by your nafs. And it depends, and after that, it depends on who is stronger. If your opponent is stronger than you, then he will take you down easily. So how we believe this? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala already explained this, have this kind of explanation in an ayah in Al-Quran. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explained in one ayah in the surah Al-Furqan. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وعباد الرحمن الذين يمشون على الأرض هونا وإذا خطبهم الجاهلون قالوا سلاما. And the servants of Allah, Ar-Rahman, are those who walk upon the earth humbly. And when the ignorant address them harshly, they say, Salam, peace. So this fitrah becomes the fitrah of our beings as humans. Is the reality, a true reality of our state. Doesn't matter the situation that we face. In the normal time, in the turbulence time, we with Allah when we pray. But this ayah is clear. وَإِذَا خَطَبَهُمُ الْجَاهِلُونَ. So there's an opening, the ignorant. And in this ayah, the Jahilun just say, but it's not only say, because the word is one of the manifestation of the state of the heart. When they say harshly to you, to the mu'min, also can consider he do something to you. He do with words, with their tongue, or with their body, with their hands, harshly. But the state of your heart is unchanging. Salam. The state of qalbun salim, unchanging, immovable. So in our Aikido, we learn, we study, we practice to have this state, the immovable state of qalbun salim. No matter how the opponents come to you, don't change the state of your heart. Don't change the state of your heart. In the state of qalbun salim, that's the state of fitrah. And you know that when we lose our control, we following desire, when we get angry, then we lose control of our aql. Because when you lose your control of your heart, you will lose control of your aql. This is the system of our beings. The aql connected to your heart. So when you lose your control of your heart, the aql will be very ineffective. You cannot control. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're saying. It just happened. Also in fight, also in martial arts. So how if somebody said, oh, but we can control our ego in fight. We can think. Yes, well-trained martial artist or fighter can very clear focus in fight, but still the ego is there. The ego is there. The hawa is there. This is trained ego. Ego who have a good, well trained, so they can focus. They have projection. This is even more dangerous rather than the ego. You don't have any focus, because if the ego can focus, so the ego has more power than before, and all of this power is destructive. It's destructive, and also it very it's not destructive only to your opponent. It's destructive to your own self. It will create destruction to your fiṭrah without you knowing. You don't realize it. But your fiṭrah is decreasing and get more damage on here and there. Your akal, your soul, your nerves become very difficult to improve. In tasawwuf, our focus is to first is to tazkiyat nafs, to do tazkiyat nafs, to cleansing, to purify our soul. So means also our akal, our heart, our soul, and also body, of course. So this is how come you do this in tasawwuf, but in all and other discipline you do opposite way. But it doesn't mean I against fighting art, no. Because I know that I love many Muslim brothers who become a very strong fighter, and then very famous for their skill also, and then they have a good adab, very good adab. It's like Khabib Nurmagomedov. We know them. We know him very well. Many of fighters like Islam Makhachev, and then many fighters, Muslim fighters, they are strong and they are undefeatable. Why they become undefeatable? Because they have rooted spiritual tradition, and they're born with it. They live in the family that have the spiritual tradition, and that's very beautiful. Maybe people don't understand why they become so strong. It's not only because of their training. Yes, their training is something, but the core of it, they have a different heart. They have a different soul and unchanging, immovable hearts. But they fight, yes. So what I want to share with you is not about Aikido or about like mixed martial arts or about BJJ. No, it's about the core. It's about the essence. It's about the substance of martial arts, following the fiṭrah, accordance to the fiṭrah. Any martial art can be accordance, but they must realize this about the source of strength, where it come from. If it came from ego, from desire, it against fiṭrah. When it came from the purified soul, heart and mind and ruh and body, accordance to the fiṭrah, then is the power that we need to progress. Also, our journey toward Allah Subhanahu wa Taala in tarakah, in tasawwuf, also in martial arts. This is like two rails going in the two sides, but the same direction. So this is very important. Why it's important? Because we have to realize this. And martial arts, in my understanding, is not about winning and losing. It's not about competition. It's not about tournament. It's not about match or any kind of this sport activity. Martial arts also in Japanese tradition is about life and death situation. It's about war. And nobody wants to have war. This is different between fighter and warrior. Looks same, but it's different. It's completely different. They're different in nature, in purpose, in anything. Fighter, you learn to fight. You train your body so you have strength, skill to fight, and you want to fight. You ask for it. You train because you ask for it. You want to have fight with anyone. Like you want to go to the competition. You want to go to tournament. So that's a fighter. But warrior, they learn from many years martial arts. They learn swordsmanship. They learn any martial art, any skill, archery, Aikido, jiu-jitsu, any kind of skill. But they don't want to have a war. But they train themselves so they can see life and death in one line. This is warriorship. In Japan, Japanese people call it as Bushido. It's a way of warrior. And we have it in Islam. We call it al-futuwah. It's about the adab. It's about the code of ethics. It's not about winning or losing in fight. When you in that state in war and you're doing it for the sake of Allah, fi sabilillah, then whatever the results, maybe you become a shaheed or Allah give you a victory, both is beautiful. But it's not using desire or ego, because anger, hatred, this kind of negative feeling and of negative thought is based on nafs and desire, is not fiṭrah. So this is what make people become radicals. They took the wrong path to do jihad, as like do the suicide bombing or kind of this horrible action, because they don't have any understanding toward the fitrah. They just want to fight for Allah, but this is not the way it is. If you want to fight Allah, you have to fight first yourself, defeating your ego, your desire, your nafs. This is the jihad al-akbar. To fight man is the jihad al-asghar, is the small jihad. The biggest jihad is to fight yourself, the lower nafs. And also connected to the philosophy of Aikido, that when I say to you, we're not doing techniques purposely, intentionally to throw or to lock or to do anything to our partner, to our opponents. We're doing it as a way that we understand our weakness, and then so our opponents become our mirror to see our own weakness. What I mean by weakness is it we still following the desire or ego, or we following the fitrah? It's very clear. You can see clearly when in practice. So this is also in Al-Quran Al-Karim. Allah SWT explained this in Al-Quran. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. وَمَا رَمَيْتَ إِذْ رَمَيْتَ وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ رَمَى. It's not who throw when you throw, but Allah who throw. So this is something that is very special in our practice, because the opponents, when they get thrown by our techniques, they not really understand what actually happened. Like there's no conscious thinking, a conscious process of like the brain cannot sensing what happened. It's not that it's just it's not like like physical principles apply when you're being thrown. There's no sense that okay, oh, this is happened because of this and this and this. So I got a lesson. I got a lesson that this is not will happen again, because I know how you do it to me. I know. No, I stop you to do second time, because our body is very, they have intelligence to feel and to stop someone to like, if somebody push you, your body will react. If someone's pull you, your body will react. This reaction is based on the natural instinct in our brain. Like if you feel touch something like, and anything that you touch, then your brain will tell you what is this, and you will react accordingly. So it's very natural. But in Aikido, when the time is applied to you, it's just zero. You don't know. I don't know what this is. I don't know what happened. And mashallah, when I read this kitab, the traditional, the classical kitab by Imam Suyuti, it called, the title is Al-Musara'ah ila al-Musara'ah. Is about, it translate into prophetic grappling. And in this kitab, explaining about some narration, hadith narration, explaining about the event between Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam with one of the strongest grappler in the Hijaz, in the Arab in the time of Rasulullah sallam, named Rukana. And there's maybe 5 hadiths in this book. But I recognize something very interesting. So one of the explanation in the narration in the hadith, when Rukana actually asking Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to throw him 3 times. So one time, first he tried to grapple with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Rasulullah throw him, and he just, okay, once again, ya Muhammad, and then he throw him second time, still, and once again he throw 3 times. No change. It's still same situation. He just get thrown easily. And even one of the men asking, "Wait, Rukana, why you asked for 3 times, but you get thrown 3 times? But you are strongest wrestler. Why? What happened to you?" And they say, why I asked 3 times? Because the first time I get thrown, I have no idea what happened. I couldn't get any information. What happened? He's the professional wrestler, and the strongest one, and he undefeatable. But you don't have any idea what happened. So I asked for second time. The second time, the same thing happened. Still no information, nothing. Why he cannot fight back? Because there's no information. There's nothing you can do if you know nothing. If you don't have any information, then you cannot react properly, because zero information. This is very effective strategy in war, to cut all the information. So your enemy blind. They don't know don't have any information. The third time, same thing. He get thrown without get anything on him on his part. So he completely blind. in other narration, in this same kitab, also explain, you know, it's not you who did it to me. Rukana said to Rasulullah, it's not you. It's the Aziz al-Hakim, is the Almighty and All-Wise that threw me. And he knew it. So even he know it. It's not you. It's the All-Wise and Almighty who threw me. And he asked for 3 times. It's the same thing. So this is also connect this ayah that I shared before. وَمَا رَمَيْتَ إِذْ رَمَيْتَ وَلَكِنَّ الرَّحْمَةَ. But this ayah is not, in the Asbabun Nuzul, is not about the throwing men or throwing the arrows, no. It's about when Rasulullah in Badr, he blow the sand, and Allah send the winds and then make the sands toward the eyes of the kuffar. But it's also related to this situation. This is related to the archery. وَمَا رَمَيْتَ إِذْ رَمَيْتَ وَلَكِنَّ الرَّمَيْتَ. It's Allah who release your arrows, not you. We just do our part, following the sunnah, following the proper way, and that's it. But you're not the one who throw. Allah who release your arrow. Then I have this kind of experience also in my time, because I also practicing archery, Islamic traditional archery. And I have this kind of experience, same like Aikido. So when I want to shoot, but suddenly the arrow is just like that. It's not because I tried to release my arrow, it's just flew.
SubhanAllah.
Then I thought, oh, this is my mistake. I try again, maybe. But before it's go release from my fingers, I know it will reach the target exact in the point, the bullseye. The second time it happened again. 3 times happened again. When my mind started to take over the rational, the logic, then I start to, okay, maybe this and this, and then I lose that feeling. So this is my experience. So Aikido, same like as well, the archery. It's not about the martial arts. It's not about the arts. It's about the core or the essence of the arts, based on fiṭrah or based on our desire or not. So this is I think I want to share with you the basic idea of this. So I don't know, this maybe Brother Hamza want to share something, or maybe the time is up.
So Jazakallah khair, Sensei
Yes,
Hakim.
thank you.
Wanted to thank you so much for walking us through a very, very compelling explanation of how martial arts is connected to our fiṭrah, or our primordial state. So I think now is a good time. Maybe a lot of the guests who have joined us have questions, so we can open the floor to question and answer. And I think this will continue the discussion naturally. So
Inshallah.
So I ask that, first of all, Assalamu alaikum for all those who have joined us halfway through. Welcome. We're Shajaratul Nur. We're so happy to have Sensei Hakim with us. MashaAllah, he's really walked us through a beautiful explanation of what he's dedicated his life to training. And so inshallah, we can all benefit. So I'll start us off with one question. And in the meantime, if anybody would like to share questions, you can put them in the meeting chat. So I can read them out for Sensei Hakim if you'd prefer that, or if somebody would like to raise their hand, then we can unmute you when we come to you. So I'll just start with one question, Sensei Hakim. You mentioned a number of very profound ideas, and one of them that I circled but I was taking notes is that willpower is an enemy in Aikido or in martial arts. And maybe not all of us are training in martial arts. Maybe not all of us are training in terms of, not looking at it from a physical perspective, but I think that there's a lot of wisdom we can unpack there. Maybe for the everyday person, whether it's how can we perceive this in our everyday life, whether that's in our career or any other craft. Could you unpack this idea for us as it pertains to Aikido and as it pertains also to our tradition in Islam?
Okay, Alhamdulillah, mashallah, Bismillah. So actually, this wisdom is not came from Aikido or martial arts. It came from our tradition in Islam. So as I remember in Hadith, and maybe some of you know it. This is from Hadith Qudsi. I explained it's not, and it's all the matan, but I will explain like the means of it. So in this Hadith Qudsi, Allah Subhanahu wa Taala say to Bani Adam, "Oh Bani Adam, you have will or desire, and I have my will. Know that only my will happen, will come into reality. So follow my will, and I will follow yours." This is very simple hadith, in this Qudsi. Then the lesson is very deep. So that when I say the will is our enemy, is the reality of our discipline in tasawwuf. Because the source of problem is because our will. As we have that we thought that we have independency to choose our own like path or our desire, and then we put ourselves into a trouble. It's not, don't blame to, okay, Allah test me because of this. No. You put yourself on trouble because of you choose your own path. That's not, Allah wants you to do it. It's not your job. So we have like the fiṭrah. It's not about our consciousness. It's not about our consciousness. The fiṭrah is the faculties in our self that we can tap on it. Then we connect to Allah. Then Allah will let you understand the purpose of your existence. Means your specific purpose. You know your duty. You know your function in this world, in the earth. As the creation of Allah is the Ibadur Rahman, is a follower of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Each of us have a function, a specific purpose, but we forgot. We don't understand because we too much connect with our desire, so we become blind. That's why we need to purify ourselves, cleansing our soul, that we, inshallah, when the mirrors become clean, the glasses become clear, then you can see clearly through the glass. It's only not outside, but inside. But this is, we have to enter the deeper understanding to our heart. Like there are 4 layers of heart. In Tasawwuf, we know that the hearts have 4 layers. The outer layers we call as-sadr, chest. The second layer, al-qalb, means the one who flipping around like this. And the third, the deeper, we call it as a fu'ad, al-fu'ad. And the deepest one is the lub, which is become al-bab in Jama'. So these 4 layers is you need to purify. First is the first layer, which is in your chest, because the chest is the place of nafs. So this is the place of desire, because nafs is my own definition of nafs is the consciousness of self-existence. So you want to be exist. You want to be, recognized by other people. This is me. I am exist. And also I want this. I like this. I don't like this. I don't want this. You have this. You want to make this into reality. This is a test. This is a fitna. But when you cleansing, when you return to the fitrah, that is actually it's not about me. I'm nothing. I came from nothing. Allah create me from nothing. Then I become His servant. So it's not about my will. It's about Allah's will. What Allah wants for me. Because I'm here, because Allah sent me here. So this is part of the fitrah. So to recognize this is also the very fundamental knowledge. We need to acknowledge this, inshallah, through the purification of the heart and the soul, inshallah.
Allah yabarak feek. Jazakumullah, Sensei.
Wa yakum.
We have two questions that have come through on the chat. And of course, if there's anybody who wants to, like I mentioned, share any questions in the chat, we'll go through them as best we can, or if you'd like to raise your hand. I'll start with this question, which seems related to the question that you just answered, and we can start from there and move on to the next one. This question says, how can we be aware that our desire and our ego has taken over us? I'm rarely aware of it. I just regret what I have done. So I guess the question is that sometimes we only realize after the effect. And so how can we be aware before or in the moment?
Yes, I can only answer in the Aikido perspective, because that I my understanding toward this problem. So this yes, of course, most of us sometimes we losing because we're focusing too much, not too much. I mean, we're focusing only to the internal state. So when the internal state have problem, you don't have much control, because everything is inside. So when it's have problem in your heart, your mind cannot think properly. Your akal is like, become dumb, because they're stuck. They don't know what to think about. Just when you get angry, you lose your control, and you just recognize the problem after it just passing through the situation. But in Aikido, we practice to realize this problem through our body, and we become sensitive to it. So if the problem came, we have the problem in our heart or our mind, the body feel uncomfortable. Then we sense it. This is not good. It's as clear as when we want to fight the opponent. Then we feel fear or anger. Then you know that you cannot control the situation. You realize it. This is my experience, and also my other experience. And then because you feel with your body, you start conditioning your body first. In Aikido, usually we start to breathe out. And this is natural, but this is Aikido approach. And you will notice, recognize with when somebody want to rise his emotion, he will stop, breathe in. He will breathe in, and that breathe, but he forgot to breathe out, and he tense. The neck will be tense, and this is the time that the energy came from the lower body comes up to the upper body, and his face getting red, so the blood going up like this. If you have something problem like on your brain, then you may got stroke, or you just lose the control. But in Aikido, this symptom, this situations arise, and you just notice by sensing. Oh, this is trouble now. I start to have this kind of feeling. So I usually naturally breathe out, and you can see that many people do that naturally. The patient people, when there's something come to him and make him in like trigger the emotional state, like to start to be angry, or they will silent, and that is natural. Okay, so but some people you need train. You need to get used to it. Okay, relax, breathe out, so you can control more easier, inshallah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And we'll go on to the next question, if you don't mind.
Yes.
The next question was, can we still benefit from Aikido teachers who are not learned about the connection to fiṭrah and maybe more secular?
Yes, maybe, but not much. Not much. Maybe 50%, maybe less. Unfortunately, today's Aikido practitioner and teachers, they're focusing more to the techniques rather than to the philosophy and the essence. So yes, that's why also the effectiveness of the techniques also decrease, because not focusing on this philosophy. Aikido have power, strength of in Aikido is not came from the body, it came from the internal state. So you need to learn this. If you learn from maybe other dojo or other sensei, yes, maybe they have some philosophy apply on their techniques, but not much. This is unfortunate, yes, but yeah, this is the situation today. I'm sorry.
And we have one question that just came in now. They're asking, what is the best age to start Aikido? Can we start it at any age?
My ideal, in my understanding toward this practice, ideal time for ideal age for the like, I think it's not really good for the like children below 10. It's not really effective. Yes, they can practice Aikido, of course. They can practice as tools to play. Yeah, they can jump, they can roll, they can do anything. It's like playing, right? But I think join the gymnastic is more more beneficial for them, because they train the body. Aikido is only for me. It's more to the adults or the mature people who already have how to functioning the faculties, like their mind, their heart. They understand how to work with it, and they start to, because the children, they're still close to the fiṭrah. They don't need Aikido much. We need Aikido because we somehow have a problem with that. So we need to connect with our fiṭrah once again, inshallah.
Inshallah. We have time for, I think, one more question, and one just came in. So,
yep.
And then, if you don't mind, Sensei, we can ask this question.
Please.
We can wrap up. And the question is, what is something we can practice in our daily life to strengthen our sensitivity and awareness of our state of the soul based on our bodily sensation or signs?
Yeah, interesting question. It's difficult to answer because I need to share you physically, because you asked about exercise. But I can show you maybe from here, but maybe I don't know, is it you can clearly sense it or understand. So this is also I did this exercise, inshallah, every day. And I got the ijazah from this ijazah, of course, is from my sensei, but when I practiced this in the front of my Sheikh Muhammad Al-Jalani, and he said, you can put this into your exercise. This is very good. So he gave me amalan, and then it going in deeper into your heart. This exercise is a breathing exercise. It's a breathing method. We call it kokyuho, the breathing method. So it's very simple. It's just inhaling and exhaling. In Aikido, you breathe as natural as possible. So we don't have specific like kind of this kind of breathing. No, we just breathe normal as you smells the fragrance of flower. Yeah, so it's deep and slow. I can show you, and then I give you also the connection to connect with the zikr. So when you breathe in, you do the zikr Asmaul Husna, Ya Hayyu. You can do without hands or with hands, but I will show you without hands, because with hands is better, but maybe you cannot sense. So when you breathe in without moving, you just stay, and you can sit in any comfortable position. You just sit and start to breathe in. First, you have to breathe out. Breathe out through your mouth, like when you breathe out, before you can, Ya Qayyum, and you breathe in, Ya Hayyu. Bring the air to your lower abdomen, below your navel, 3 inches below your navel. And when it will expanding, and when it's enough, just breathe out through your mouth again. And you can do this for 10 times or any times you can repeat it. And also, when you breathe in, imagine or contemplate, think that this is the first breath that you take when you born in this world. So you just start to live, to have a life. Like when the ruh comes in. When you breathe out, think that that's the last and die. So first breath, last breath. Ya Hayy. Allah give you life and you die. And only Allah Al-Qayyum. You are not there. You even not exist. Ya Hayy, Ya Qayyum. So this exercise make the ego less and less and less and less and less. This is, inshallah, kind of purification. And it's very interesting because the samurai also did this long time ago. This breathing is to calm them, their soul when they want to go to war, to the battlefield. First, like if first air came to your nose, that you think that this is, I start just God give me life, and no, God take my life. So you're not attached with this, that and life situation. You just come and go, come and go, come and go. And that's very calm, deep. Then in that state, you go to the war. You think that, oh, I'm dead already. So this is kind of exercise. This is also in Japan. From centuries ago, they have this kind of exercise before they go to war, also after war, also between. So when they have time to rest, they're focusing to themselves. I can die anytime. So I don't, like, you don't have to worry about. And for us as a Muslim, it's beautiful because we connect to Allah. The source of life. Our life is not belongs to us. It belongs to Allah. It came from Allah. So just return to Allah. And there's no reason to hate anyone, to kill anyone. It's not the point. The point is you do because Allah command you to do. This is that's why in the story of Sayyidina Ali, when he can drop the opponent's sword in the battle, then the opponent spat on his face, and Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu stopped. He just start to swing his sword, but when he spat on his face, he can stop and then bring it back, the sword to the scabbard. And then this, why you kill me? No, because the first is I want to kill you for the sake of Allah. But when you spat on my face, I feel anger and I stop. If I kill you because of that, it's not for the sake of Allah, it's because of my desire. And I become a murderer, become a killer. So this is very thin line, different between you fi sabilillah or the opposite way. So this exercise, the purification exercise, is very important. So no different in our practice in Aikido. Life pressure, physical pressure, all the same. It's all the same. It's about what happened to your heart when it comes. It's all about that. It's not about the text. No, what was the first thing that you feel when it comes to you? That you have to realize, that you have to recognize. And that's very important, because if you lose to sense it, then you cannot control the rest after that. And maybe you can drop into some situation that you will be, regret. Okay, na'udzubillah, Allah protect us from that, inshallah.
I think, Sidi, we can put a pin there and wrap up. And before we wrap up from our side, we just want to ask you, do you have any closing thoughts, or also for anybody who wants to connect with you and to learn and benefit from you, inshallah, after this session, how can people reach you?
Okay, I think they can reach you through they can reach me through you, through the Shajatul Nur, inshallah. Then we will keep contact, we keep connection, inshallah, keep the connection. Then inshallah we will. I of course from my side, because it's about martial arts and Aikido exercise, Aikido practice, we need some implementation. Means you need to experience by yourself with your body. With your body, it's not only learned by as a theory or as a philosophy. Some people learn Aikido and then try to apply on into the life, and then it's not work, because you need your body to master this art. You need your body. That's the difference. So that's why I put the body al-jism as a one of the fiṭrah faculty, because it's useful. Mashallah, it's useful. Also, that's why I can put more stress in this. I have this understanding, and now I'm sure about it, inshallah. So our in Islam, our discipline of ilm is very, very beautiful. Like, in Sharia, when we do our pray, the zahir, in the physical way, some of the, like in Shafi'i, the stress, they recommend men when the do sujud, push your your forehead into the ground. You push. But people maybe don't. Why have to push? But when you have this khushu in your salah, then you will have that sensation. Your body will ground it to the ground. You really push your body like there's a mountain on your back. Then you become so close to the ground, and you will enjoy each moment when you do that. It because came from the inner side of your ruh or your spirit. But in fiqh, you only say push to the ground. So because this is the zahir discipline. When you want to understand the spiritual, the internal discipline, that's the spiritual side, you need to go to tasawwuf. So this is very, very beautiful. So body is very important. So sometimes you cannot reach the spiritual state. First, you have to work with your body. That's why you have to need, even though you cannot reach the khushu, the maqam khushu, you have to continue your prayer, your salah, inshallah, properly. Inshallah, it will lead you to the spiritual state, inshallah.
Jazakumullah khair. Thank you so much for those beautiful closing words.
Alhamdulillah.
And as Sidi Sensei mentioned, inshallah, we will be posting this conversation on our YouTube and inshallah on our website. We have some content on our social page as well on Instagram. For those who want to connect with Shajarat al-Nur, please, if you could have a look at the links that were posted in the meeting chat. Everything is there. I think we've also linked the social page for Sensei, who's kindly given us his time today. And inshallah, we can all continue to benefit from what's been discussed today. And inshallah, when the discussion is posted online, inshallah, we can also share this with those who we think could benefit from it. We want to thank you all so much for joining us. And of course, we want to extend our gracious thanks to Sensei Hakim. He's been kind and generous with his time, with his walking us through his experiences. This is a life practice, something he's dedicated his life towards. And mashallah, inshallah, he continues to benefit us and benefit all those who train with him. And barakallah fikum. Allahumma salli ala sayyidina.
Wayakum. Alhamdulillah. Thank you, everyone. Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد السابق للخلق نوره ورحمة للعالمين ظهوره عدد من مضى من خلقك ومن بقي ومن سعد منهم ومن شقي صلاة تستغرق العد وتحيط بالحد صلاة لا غاية لها ولا منتهى ولا انقضاء صلاة دائمة بدوامك وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما مثل ذلك.